Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to day two of. Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. So that started. So, hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to day two and the final day of Back to School series with Uncle Sele. All right. So, yesterday we had an amazing time and we learned a whole lot of things. I'm going to do like a short recap. Then I'll go into day two and everything, all the knowledge, all the information that we have for day two. So for day one, we had the acronym SMILES, and with the SMILES, we actually learned a whole lot and things that, as parents, we should help our children do, and also talking to children, to also help them grow. All right. So for day one, for SMILES, we had S as set positive goals. We had set positive goals. We had, M, we had make learning fun. I, we had involve parents, involve teachers, we had, which is listen actively. And E, we had establish routines. We had S, we had supportive friends. Okay, so I think I should do something for the sake of people who didn't listen yesterday. Let me just do a short recap, like I said earlier. All right. So for us, we had set positive goals, which is, let your children understand how to set specific and achievable goals for the school year. So it means that, at the beginning of the term, which is now, we need to let children understand, look, these are the things that, what do you want to achieve first? That's a question you ask them first. What do you want to achieve? And how do you achieve these goals? Then also emphasize the importance of breaking down these large goals into small steps. We are going to help them with that. Break it into small steps. Do you understand? When you break it into small steps, then you encourage them to write down their goals and make them more tangible. Discuss the idea that goals can evolve and change as they grow, as things change in school, different things will happen. So you can actually change, their goal, then celebrate their achievement. Okay, so that's for us. Then making learning fun. We talked about activities, we talked about experiments to make lessons or topics or subjects interactive. Do you understand? So they can relate with it and for them they learn better with things like that. All right. So you can also use games. You can also use games. You can use puzzles. It's very very important that we use things like that. All right. So we can also use outdoor learning opportunities. We can use creativity through arts and crafts. Do you understand? Arts and craft. Then let them watch fun educational videos. It will help them. Or documentaries. All right. So another one is involve. All right. So involve actually means when you get to meet with your your child's teacher or help your child understand the relationship that they have to build good relationship with their teachers. Then as for parents, you need to have parents teachers interaction gets involved. If you're involved in their books, involved in the things they're doing, it means that you can also understand the progress and concerns that you have. So you're seeing the progress, you're also seeing the concerns. So you are discussing the progress, you are addressing the concerns. All right, another one is you know you need to participate in school activities. Yes. Then you also need to check check this one is very important. You need to check, when your child comes back from school, there's something they bring back, communication book, check it so that you can write. It's a communication channel that schools have given to your children. They've created. Do you understand? So that is from the school to your child to you. Then from you, you write back from you to your child to school. So you can basically communicate via that communication book. It's very important that you get used to it, read it, and sign it. Yeah. All right. Okay. So the next one is listen actively. Um, Teach your children to also make eye contact. give them full attention when give them full attention so that they understand how to give their full attention when someone is speaking. Practice active learning skills or listening skills. Sorry, active listening skills. Such as summarizing what they have heard. Do you understand? Teach them how to listen, then they can summarize. So it means that you must ask questions. Ask questions and promote open discussions where your child feels very comfortable sharing ideas. So it means that the environment must also be conducive. All right. Establish listening or feedback so that the listening and communication skills can be strengthened. So you see that you must get feedback. Your child must get feedback so that it strengthens their listening and communication skills. So you see that there's a whole lot of work. All right, establish routines. All right, let me quickly run with that. Establish routines is, it ensures or it means helping your children create a daily schedule. Daily schedule. Do you understand? Things like study time, breaks, assignment. When they have their bath, things that they do. All those things are very important. Let them understand create schedule. It's very important. Create it. Then also discuss um, consistency. It helps with time management, which is something we're going to talk about today. Also, teach your children how to use calendars and planners. Yeah, they're not too small. Start teaching them now. Start teaching them now. Now is the time. All right. Of course, you know that self-discipline also. Routines encourage self-discipline, and it helps. When there are distractions. But you see that when there are routines, when there's a schedule, it helps them overcome distractions. All right, we're done with day one. Oh, friends. Sorry, before I forget, friends. Okay. So you need to talk to your children about the kind of friends they should have. Yeah, like I talked about that. Also, you need to build your child to be the kind of friend that other people want to connect with. So you see, your child must have kindness, empathy. Those things are very important. Then you must also teach your child how to resolve conflict. All those disagreements that you see, my friend, he did something, one thing. Teach them how to do. Teaching them to do crazy things or things they're not supposed to do. All right, and make them understand that they have to be supportive, because when you have a supportive friend, when you are with someone and you guys do the same things, or you want to read, your friend is also following you to read. It's helpful. It helps growth. It helps success. And achieve the goals that you've set for the term. All right, so let's go into day two. We've talked about smiles. Today we're going to talk about target. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about target. So today is target. The acronym is target. All right, number one for today is time management. Time management. Your children must begin to learn how to manage their time. And it also starts with daddy and mommy. So you need to begin to teach them the concept of priority. Yeah. Teach them the concept of, when you prioritize, you help them focus on the things that are important. So do this one. This one is very important. Don't do this one. Do this one last. When you begin to teach your children how to do things, write it down for them. Do this one first. Do this one next. Do this one. They will begin to understand all of those things. Now, because they're going to school, they're going to have a lot of things to do. They're going to have a lot of things to do. In the things that they're doing, some things are more important than some other ones. So let them write it down and begin to do one after the other. It is you who is going to teach them that thing. All right. So number two is you must teach them the value of setting deadlines for assignments and projects. Yeah. Very important. Deadlines. Teach them the importance. Teach them the value of setting deadlines. Oh, I want to do this. When do you want to do it? When do you want to finish doing it? Deadlines are very important. Deadlines are very essential. Deadlines are critical. It helps the mind of your child. So when your child begins to learn how to set deadlines, things begin to go well. All right. Number three, yes, you must teach them how to use tools like timers or alarms. You see something, most times it's very funny. It's when we grow older, we begin to learn how to use timers. But the truth is, begin to teach your children that how to use timers, how to use alarm, that phone that they like to use, teach them how to use it to do great things. Teach them how to, do things that will help them. So you use timers. Why do you use timers? Why do you use an alarm? Why do you use things like that? Transfer that knowledge. It's very important. Transfer that knowledge. All right. Um, Also teach them how to, that balance. Oh, there's time for school, there's time for play. Teach them that thing. How much time do you want to play? How much time do you want to learn? Those things are important. So time management. Let me see. Okay, so maybe while you're teaching them all this to-do list and or using timers, you can teach them how to use to-do list, things like that. These are the things that you ought to do. Your child is not too small. Please don't say things like, "Hey, he's too small. He's too small. He's too small. How will I do it?" They're not too small. If your child can understand Barbie, can understand how to use to-do list, I'm telling you, Uncle Paul is listening to me, so she knows. All right, and Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul is listening to me too, so he knows. Yeah, Ojo Paul is here. All right, so the next one is always ask questions. Yeah, your child must always ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. It's very important. Ask questions. Teach them how to ask questions. They can't know everything. They can't understand everything at once. Let them ask questions. They want to be better at some things. Ask questions. Yes, teach your children to ask questions. Tell them, ask questions. Tell your child, ask questions. If any child is listening to me, ask questions. Yeah, ask questions. It's very important. You must ask questions. There's no way. You want to achieve your goals, ask questions. So you must teach them how to formulate clear and thoughtful questions. Do you understand? They must be curious about some things. How do things work? How? How did you arrive at that answer? Really? Oh, I want to know how that, I want to know how did we arrive at that answer? It's very important. Very, very important. You must ask questions. You must ask questions. Questions, it helps in learning. It helps in learning. Do you get? So you must reward and celebrate curiosity by acknowledging and exploring questions together. So it means that when they come home, ask them questions, teach them also how to ask you questions. It's very important. Very, 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 very important. Okay, so let's go. We're talking about target today. We talked about time management. Number two, always ask question. Number three, responsibility count. Yes, responsibility count. Teach your children to be responsible. When a child is listening to me, you need to be responsible. It's very, very important. Well, I talk about a whole lot of important things, but this one is also very important. And I'm stressing the fact that it is very important. Okay, responsibility. What is responsibility first? Is one value that I love so much. So if you want to understand responsibility, you must know that it's doing the right things. Hmm? Do you get doing the things that you ought to do, then also accepting the consequences of your actions. So you see, there are two definitions. So it means that everybody needs to understand the concept of responsibility because there are things that they ought to do. So it explains the concept of personal, of actions and choices. Yeah, it helps. So it means that your child can understand the responsibility of completing assignment and task. It's cool. School things. So, oh yes, you must complete assignments, you must complete tasks. It's very important. So you must also talk to them about the consequences, the positive and negative, consequences of being responsible or being irresponsible. Those things are very important. So they must know you do this thing, this is what happens. If you don't do it, you cannot run away from this thing at all, at all. I wish I could sing a word, just I can't sing. All right, so that's it. Yeah, then you must also teach. They must also understand the concept of taking ownership of their learning and progress. They must understand that concept. You must take ownership, and that's also under responsibility. Take ownership. Take responsibility. Do you understand? Okay. So what is the next one? Remember, we're talking about targets, time management, always ask questions, responsibility count. Then the next one is the gratitude attitude. Gratitude attitude. We must learn how to be, we must learn how to say thank you. I'm telling you. Even our children must learn how to say thank you. Must learn how to say thank you. Must learn how to say thank you. Learn how to say thank you. Learn to write down the things that have happened to them so that they say thank you. Trust me, your children should learn how to say thank you daily. You don't force them, just teach them. It's just like when you give them food, they say thank you. When you are going to school, let them learn to say thank you. School fees is not cheap. Let them say thank you. When they learn, let them say thank you. It helps their minds. When they can be very, they can show gratitude to daddy and mommy and their teachers for teaching them things. They can say thank you. They can see that they can see when in school they are learning and someone doesn't understand and they understand. It helps them. They also builds empathy, so they can also teach. They can also help their friend that doesn't understand. So you will say thank you. Do you understand? The act of kindness, share act of kindness and how it has helped. Do you understand? Share it. I know people who do a lot of great things, you know, um, do a lot of great things, and they're very, very grateful, very, very grateful. Teaching your children the act of gratitude is very important. The act of gratitude. So you can get a gratitude journal. Do you understand? Or activities to help your children express their thanks. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? How was school today? Oh, did you say thank you? Did you say thank you, mom, for dropping me at school? Did you say thank you to your teacher for teaching you that subject or topic that you didn't understand? So it's very, very important. All right, another thing that I put here is you must learn to embrace mistakes. You must teach your children to embrace mistakes. You must teach them to embrace mistakes. Teach them to embrace mistakes. Now, mistakes will happen. Mistakes will happen, and mistakes are opportunities for learning and growth. So they must understand so that when they're making mistakes, they are not overwhelmed and sad because it didn't go the way they've always wanted or the way they have planned. Or for example, they set a goal for 100% and they get 75. Some children begin to feel like they are failed. For some who put 70 and they're getting 50 over 100. Or they come back with these test scores. They didn't do as well. That they wanted. They didn't do so great. So they are very sad. Yeah. And so you need to begin to help them. You need to help their minds. They also teach resilience. Resilience. Because it's also a strategy to overcome setbacks. So help them. Help them. Help them. So help them with things like that. All right. So another one is share stories of people or famous people that that they made mistakes and they are better. Do you understand? Famous people that made mistakes but they persevered and they succeeded. There are a lot of stories. I can share my story. Yeah. Do you understand? Oh, this person that you love this person so much, but this person made tons of mistakes. This person made tons of mistakes, but the person didn't give up. So share stories is very important. It will help them. Okay, the last one for embracing mistakes is the classroom must be a place where a child feels safe to make mistakes and learn from them. So it's okay for a child to make mistakes. Parents, please know that your children will make mistakes. They will make mistakes. Don't take it out on them. Um, don't go ballistic on them, shouting and telling them that it's not your mates that is passing. No, you don't do things like that. Just make them understand things like, oh yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You made a mistake now. So how do we get better? Oh, fantastic. You did well in this other one, but this is how will help you in this other place. It's very important that you make them safe. Yes, even if they're making mistakes, even if they will make mistakes, help their minds so that they don't, they don't crumble on the mistakes that they've made. All right. The last one is try new things. Yeah. Try new things. Try new things. Try new things. Try new things. You get promote a growth mindset by emphasizing that trying new things leads to personal growth. I'll take that again. Promote a growth mindset by emphasizing that trying new things lead to personal growth. So help your children try new things. Another one is encourage them to step out of their comfort zone. Encourage them to step out of their comfort zone and embrace challenges. Do you understand? Help them. Help them. Then the next one is discuss the idea of making mistakes is a natural thing of trying new experiences. So remember that we talked about embracing mistakes. Do you understand? So when they want to try new things, make them understand that, oh, you're making a mistake. It's fine because the natural path of trying new things. I'm sure everybody wanted to ride the bicycle, fail. Everybody, I want to believe that 99% of people who try to ride bicycle did not get it the first time. Yeah, and that's the truth. They will not get it the first time. It means that they will need to keep trying, trying, trying. Hey, this person is an expert. An expert has made plenty of mistakes, a lot of mistakes. So it means that this will help your children understand that, look, you try new things. You want to be great, you make mistakes. Mistakes are it's a pathway. It's a natural part of trying, new things. All right. So another one is, of course, um, get role models. You can also tell them your story. Tell them that story that you have, that story that has made you, that story that has made you to achieve success. You get while trying, trying things. Oh, let me even tell you something. Before I did this, I made a whole lot of mistakes. Do you understand? But trust me, we don't stop even when we make mistakes. We continue. We continue. We keep moving until we get it. So it's a story that I just shared now. Before I did this live, this very one, I'm telling you, we tried a whole lot of things. There was a back and forth. Uncle Paul, come on, to you, come, listen, and everything happened. But Uncle Sele is here. So let me go over what I talked mistakes, and we talked about trying new things. All right. I know you've learned something. First day we talked about smile. We talked about, or we are talking about targets. So you see, so it has come to an end, but I want to believe that you learned something. This video will always be here for people who want to listen and people who want to share to their friends, share to other parents to say, look, listen to this back to school strategy by Uncle Sele, Smiles, and Target. Now, for every time your child goes out and comes back, there's always something for you to say to your child, concerning the things that we have done. All right, then. So I'm going to say thank you to everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And from Uncle Sele, from Trees and Pillars, I want to say, we love you so much. Remember, tell your child, put your hands on your head. I'm bright, smart, intelligent, and responsible. We always say that. So thank you so much. I greet you specially. Bye bye.